So next we'll talk about interfaces. Now this will be your central hub to plug in your microphone and also control the volume of your speakers and plug in headphones with. I'm gonna recommend 3 different ones. First recommendation is the Universal Audio's Volt Series. Now I'm speaking and using the Volt 176 right now. This one is the 476 as pictured, but I don't have a need for 4 inputs. I chose the 176 because it has the onboard compressor. You can look at the inputs, you can look at the input volume and incoming signal. And it's just like the 476, but it just has one channel for vocals only. It has the same settings, vocal, guitar, fast, off for the 76 compressor. And the compressor is very natural sounding. Has a vintage mode, which I am using. And I have my gain knob to about 1 o'clock. You can control the monitor volume with that monitor knob right there. And on the front of it, it has a headphone jack, and then you can control the volume of the headphones right next to it. Obviously there's a switch for phantom power, which is 48 volts, or if you're going to use an instrument, there's a button for that. And overall it's a solid interface. I'm using an AT2020 Audio Technica mic, super cheap, about $100. That's all I need to make these videos with. Now would I record with this? Maybe. I have mixed vocals using this very setup, but they use a Scarlett instead of this UA. And at the end of the day, it comes down to the mixer. I can take a $100 mic and turn it into a $10,000 mic based on my skill level, my technique when I mix. Most people can't do that, but we'll get into all that type of stuff later. Next is Universal Audio's Apollo Twin X. Now there's different versions of these. There's a duo and a quad, and the difference between the UA Volt series and the Apollo series is that you can run onboard plugins with their processing that's on the interface. It saves from using your CPU power. You can have auto-tune in the software program of their interface and be able to create a headphone mix to where you can hear it, but you don't actually have to print it inside of your program wherever you're recording at, which is a huge plus. And like I said, you can use plugins that can process on the interface itself so you don't take up CPU power. Lastly, it's the Scarlet Solo. Keep in mind, it's the 3rd generation, not the 2nd one. I've used this before and it's pretty decent. This is the most affordable and also price compatible with the UA Volt series. I recommended this last because honestly the Volt series is way better. And the cheapest Volt series is at the same price point as the Scarlet Solo 3rd generation. Now there's hundreds of other interfaces out there. So what you're gonna have to do is just pretty much pick what you would like to use. I only recommended these 3 because I've used all of these before, and if you're starting out, then these are more than enough. The Apollo series are for more serious creatives, so if that's you, then hit me up. Next we're going to talk about microphones. See you in the next video.